You talk a lot in your work about black male image as well. How has that changed over the years?
Having done my homework, it hasn't really changed.
Your view of it?
Oh, my view of black male image. I know that it's very manufactured. I know that it doesn't reflect the situation on the ground. I know that there's a long-running discourse of the black male as hypersexual, hypermasculine, criminal, deviant, animalistic, and that is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy when you feed that to children, and it's fed to children through markets. Now, I'm not saying down with capitalism. I'm just saying, where's the responsibility? Where's the regulation? At what point do we stop and say, okay, all of this effort that we're putting into selling this identity to children, how much proportionally are we putting the same effort into developing these children, cultivating them, harnessing their interests, their artistic interests, their admiration for the entertainers that they look up to? Why don't we use that admiration to teach them business studies, to teach them reality?
But aren't some of these, for example, some American hip hop artists, aren't they going completely against what you're saying? By the objectification of women in a lot of the videos. I mean, they are selling themselves as being hypersexualized in some cases as well. It's not somebody making them do that.
And it goes back to the initial comment I made. It poisons a community when you feed that to children, because these children grow up with that. Now, the representation in hip hop music, again, it's a long and complicated story.
Sure.
There's a lot of writing on the psychological impact of the slave, the plantation setup, the treatment of the black man as cattle informed the treatment of the African American man later on. Of women, it's called body politics. You utilize another human being for financial gain. That was the structure of the transatlantic slave trade, and it seeped in to poor, deprived communities. And we're talking about serious deprivation. There are parts of America that look like a third world country, look like a swamp. When you have that whole backdrop of psychological abuse, of political disfranchisement, and the inability to organize one's community from the perspective of self-sufficiency. All of those things manifest in behaviors that just look crazy, but there's never a conversation about those causes. It's only like, oh, let's look at this thing and let's sell it, and then let's point the finger at them.